How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Absolute Zeros podcast. I'm Josh, and with me we got my boys Alessandro,
Hello.
Hunter here,
It's Daz. What's up?
and Chandler.
Hey.
And returning with us once again, we got the Immaculate Kisses.
Hello, everybody.
Long time
And coming on for the very first time, one of our con homies, we got Terra. How you doing?
Hello.
Now, this episode is going to be solely dedicated to Ikkicon. This past weekend, we went to Ikkicon 2025 over in Round Rock, Texas, at the Kalahari. It was a fun time. It was a fun time, yes. And this weekend, if you guys are watching, Alessandro and Hunter are going to be at Comic-Con in San Antonio.
Hunter's going too?
Yeah, he's going.
Go see my friends at the UKO booth since I can't go.
But he did give me the entire lowdown on what happened, so don't worry about it. I got you.
But yeah, so this is being uploaded on Sunday, so they're already done with Comic-Con at this moment. But yeah, that being said, this is our thoughts, our review on Ikkicon 2025. So, Alessandro, Hunter, Chandler, Kisses, and Terra, what did you guys think of Ikkicon? Starting with Alessandro.
It was great. We were back again as guests. It was fun. It was fun. It really was fun. It's always awesome to do it. I'm still tired. I'm going to be so tired. Thank God Monday is Martin Luther King Day because my job is closed. So I can just sleep for 24 hours.
Let's go.
That is my plan.
Bro, I feel that's so hard.
Unless it's to get up to go grab food or use the restroom, I do not plan on leaving my bed. I don't care if my building's on fire. I'm not leaving the fucker.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
It was great. It was fun. It was long. It was fun. We had old panels that we've done a bunch, and those went well. And we even did some new ones, and those went really well. I'm very excited to see what we decide to bring back next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Next.
I know that things have been quiet in the crypt all weekend because Hunter's loud ass was at the con. But from what I heard, dude, Deal or No Deal was so loud people could hear it all the way down the escalators.
Hell yeah.
Which is crazy.
Whoa,
People like cheering for that,
man. Love it.
My mom went for the first time, right? And she's never seen anything like that. And she was like, dude, I love this. She goes, I understand why you do this.
Really? It was on NBC like every week for years.
Not Deal. I hate you. You wonder why we don't like you.
Other than that, I know that he had a great time, right? Like everything went for the most part to plan, and I heard that there was some extra fun that happened on Saturday night, but I think we can talk about.
Yeah, we went to Chili's.
Oh god!
Go Chili's!
I can't believe y'all actually went to Chili's.
They went to Chili's. Isn't that crazy?
That is
Why would
amazing.
you go to Chili's of all places?
Well, they couldn't go to TGIF because it wasn't Friday.
Yeah. No, it's because we had a prompt during our improv panel thing where it was like the theater kids take over the Chili's, and Chili's sounded really good after that, so we went to Chili's.
And then Chandler had to come in with "Oh Captain, My Captain."
Oh my god!
I love that movie. How dare you? That was my idea.
My captain, for you the bell sing. I don't know the rest of the poem.
I don't either.
That's all right.
Chandler, what'd you think of Iki? I know you can't
Iki's
see
one of those
colors during Iki, but what'd you think of it?
Iki's one of those things every year that I kind of just tick out a little clock in my head for. It's I think it's my favorite. It's definitely not the one that's closest. It's not the biggest. It's the one. Hell, it's where my first panel ever was with Josh down and back when they were at the Renaissance. Iki is always going to hold a place in my heart. Turned 21, not at Iki, but my first Iki, I just turned 21. I just grabbed a drink, put on headphones, wandered around for a while, saw some really cool stuff. And over the years, it just keeps growing. People we keep meeting keep really being really cool. The panels, the opportunities we've had because of it, it just keeps not snowballing because that has a negative connotation. It just kind of just keeps growing. And as it does, so does my excitement and my trepidation each year. Trepidation might not be the word, but every year it's like, oh, let's fucking go. We're getting closer. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was exhausted all weekend. I had the fantastic experience of being a guest of honor at Ikkicon, and I had my own booth the whole weekend. As much as I even wasn't at my booth every single hour that the con was open, my booth was slammed. And it was insane, the amount of people that came to see me and everything, and reoccurring people and everything. I am so happy at how much the Ikkicon has grown and has become such a homie con for me. Like, I literally just go and see the homies at this point at this convention, and I absolutely adore it and I love it. And Ikkicon is one of my favorites for that reason.
Yeah, it
Also, if I
absolutely
can
is.
step in, the props you brought, whoa, fire! Shout out to your
Excalibur number 4 has to get made because I broke it during the burlesque show.
Damn, I
Speaking of
missed.
which, do you still have the Yang cycle?
It is on my back porch in pieces because
Oh,
we didn't really have a good place to store it, so it stayed in our garage for forever. And then Ikkicon 2023, my handler accidentally knocked it over when he tripped over
Oh.
a chair because he went face first into the bike, and it broke the front cowl.
Ooh.
So it needs some TLC again, and we can't haul it unless we rent a trailer, so it's kind of rest in peace at this point.
Yeah, fair. Terra, what did you think of this year's Icky?
this was our second Ikkicon that we got to attend, and we legit came back because of Zeros to Heroes.
Let's
We were hoping
Aw.
that you guys were going to
We
be
did
there.
not ask her to say that.
Yeah, you did not. You did
Josh,
not.
send her the $20 later.
But this was our second, and I had heard for years that Iki kind of sucked, and we were like, it's at the Kalahari. Let's go check out Iki, and that was last year, and we loved it. It felt like an early 2000s con. The only thing that was missing was a conga line, like going towards
were
the
conga
dealers.
lines.
There's usually
missed the
there's
conga line!
there's
Wow.
always one somewhere.
No, I'll one up you on that. The only thing missing were the yaoi paddles.
I actually need to
Yeah.
get my hands on one. You can't find them anymore.
No, you
Like,
can't.
oh, it's insane. I need one.
New
Ugh,
panel.
I need one for now.
for like
yeah.
no reasons
We
whatsoever.
read yaoi fan fiction.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
God.
Hell yes. I was literally hyping people up like, hey, do you guys want me to go live tomorrow and tell you all of the weird fan fiction nonsense that I used to read with like in high school and prior, and they were like, yes, give us the goods.
I'm
miss
ashamed to
fan
say
fiction.
I used to write some.
I'm still
That is
kind of on
surprising.
and off writing.
Yeah.
It is
So,
what it
Kinda
is.
I mean, I have a fanfiction.net username. That's how old that
Same.
was. Yeah.
Same.
Fuck
Same.
it, yeah.
Late
I remember that.
90s.
Mhm.
We were on
Mhm.
old group.news.
The wild west of
Yep.
fandom internet.
Not
And
just like, what is AO3? It's like, what? Oh, you mean fanfiction.net? No, AO3. It's like, what?
Listen, all right,
Back when Tumblr did porn.
guys, I'm literally dead. If we could stop making me feel old, that'd be cool.
What are you talking about? I think I'm the oldest one here.
Remember when
What do you
Burger
mean?
King
Do you
used to
see
have
how
really cool
old my
toys?
house is? Look at this. Hold on. Let me get out of the way. Do you see this? We're still
Oh
under
my
construction. We're trying to fix it. It's bad. You know how hard it is to get a mason out?
It's all right.
But yeah, so this past weekend we went as featured guests at Icky for
They
the
keep-
second time in a row.
They brought us back.
Congratulations.
Me kissing butt to Chris is still working.
And hopefully they'll bring us back next year because we had
I mean,
we had
you
a
said
great
your
time.
panels were packed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were pretty packed.
And we were competing with some big stuff. Too.
Why are we
Yeah.
not complaining? I don't understand the intricacies of creating a schedule. We always have something going on during the cosplay panel. Not just at Iki, at every convention. We're always up against the cosplay contest.
Mhm.
It's because they know we can fill it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's
And
what-
watching the cosplay
we-
contest certainly isn't for every con goer. I've never actually sat through one.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I
there's
haven't gone to
people-
one that I wasn't in.
I guess it could be seen as flattering, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I mean-
gone to some to support friends, but otherwise, I will admit I don't go to watch the contest. I like seeing the results afterwards, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
show me the highlights.
otherwise, it makes sense.
I like watching them in the hallway.
Yeah, or that. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like there's the congoers that just want to party and have fun, and that's what y'all do, is just make meme panels and have fun. So
Can I say I think my favorite panel that went way better than I expected it to, because we'll pierce behind the veil, or I guess the curtain a little bit really quick, not pierce behind the veil. God.
Love that band.
Oh.
I'm so old. But no,
Look behind the curtain. This is the
Super
man,
weird
the Wizard of
tangent.
Oz.
I had
We-
a dream last night that we all went to a Pierce the Veil concert, except we all slept in and we missed it by 3 days, and then we woke up for song.
That is some us.
I don't know
days.
what the hell happened last night in my dream. It was just we were at the convention.
Oh, it was a dream. Okay.
yeah, it
I
was
was
like, hey,
like,
you guys want to go
what?
to the Pierce the Veil convention? And we all took a nap. We woke up 3 days late. It was like, shit,
Oh.
we didn't take it. And then I woke up. I was like, what the hell's wrong with me?
Oh no.
But
you-
cosplay
Anyways.
chess is something that we weren't really super expecting to run until pretty close to the con, and then we were setting it up until like 2 minutes before we let people in.
Yeah.
Shout out
We-
to the
we
team
ran
that
out
kept
of
running
tape.
us tape.
Yes. Oh my God. Please shout out to Supply. You know who you are. I really cannot stress enough how much you saved our bottoms.
Yeah. And shout
and
out to
thank
Jonathan going like with his phone. He's like, all right, this, and then he just
Oh,
started pulling all the tape. I was like, cool.
Also,
I brought him for a reason.
big shout out to Lika, the programming director.
Oh,
She
absolutely.
biggest.
got us enough
yeah.
time.
She's
to
an
set up-
MVP.
Oh, 100%. Tear down and set up, which is crazy. Like,
Oh yeah.
And she personally ran us a roll of tape like twice. She's like, I
Yeah.
found it. Here you go. Gotta go.
Yep.
And-
Yeah.
I was
She was
honestly
great.
surprised. It's why I said it. That people showed up that early on a Saturday to watch us play chess.
Yeah, that was
What?
wild.
Cosplay
Dude,
chess is insanely popular.
Yeah, but they put it at like usually cosplay chesses that I've been to are in the afternoon, right? It was at like 10 in the morning.
Oh,
That
it
is
11:30.
early.
It was
yeah.
11:30.
Especially
It
after
was the
Friday
perfect
being the
panel of the
yokai
day.
night. Oh my God.
I've
Yeah.
never seen a cosplay chess happen like afternoon. Like it's always at like 10. I've even seen it at
Usually
like
like one of the
9:30.
major draws along with the masquerade. Yeah.
I really
yeah.
wish we were all
Yeah.
better at playing chess.
Oh, no, I
Here's,
think-
here's my idea: is we just have Alex and Roman play agency chess because they know how to play chess.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah,
we don't at all.
To be
Right,
fair,
Alex
it's
is gonna
funner
start it
watching
both
people
early.
who have no idea how to play because then you
It
have
is.
no idea what the moves are.
Oh, yeah.
Because
You
my
throw for
husband did time trials for a while when he was like getting better and better at chess. He was going through learning it, and like I said, it was the master Roshi that was there. My friend Wade, he would run the cosplay chess, and then my husband and I would come play, and he would be wiping the floor with me, but it would take him forever to decide. I'm like, babe, make it bloody. Make it bloody. And having two people that are at different skill levels,
Yeah.
just go for two people that have no idea what they're doing, because the people that know how to play, they're here for the competition. They don't want to make it bloody. They
They don't care
want to
about
win.
the people in
Oh,
40
yeah.
costumes
I
standing in
think
the middle of
another
the
part of my
Right.
favorite thing for cosplay chess was Josh's dad see me and Hunter do something and then go, "Dear God, no!" And then we would
Yeah.
still do it.
Josh's,
He
I
would-
kept
he
making
would
moves
look
and
at the
looking over to
board.
Josh's dad.
Dude, no, same. And he would just be like, at one point, I looked at him and he like saw what I was thinking, and he gave me the most like disappointed dad look, and I was like,
So
Dude, shout
I
out
want
to the little-
to confess.
I forget whose match it was. The little kid dressed up as like young Naruto. This like 8-year-old is playing chess and yelling out, "Don't do that!
Schooling.
He'll take your queen."
Schooling.
schooling
And
all
I
of us.
think so. Like when Al and I were playing, I noticed that there was a maiden 3, like pretty early on in the game, and I was like, you know, it's not entertaining to see the first round win. I think it's a lot funnier if we either draw or stalemate. Both would be great, because then everybody gets to play. I'd feel really bad if we were like 5 minutes into a match and I was like, all right, everybody, go sit back down.
Yeah, half the
know?
pieces on our game didn't move. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We developed half that board early, and we just never kind of developed the other half.
Yeah.
That happened.
Alex and Roman's game, the assassin was trying to move the entire time. They didn't move him at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Shout out Hitman and Star Trek, bro. They were lethal in my and Al's game.
Yeah. No,
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
that panel went so much better than I thought it would. I remember all of us. I think like me and Josh were talking about it, and I was like, "Josh, you know how to play chess?" And he goes, "Nope." And he goes, "Do you?" And I go, "I played for like 3 years." And he goes, "What was this?" He goes, "What was this?" I go, "Middle school." And he goes, "Dog." I go,
We're gonna
Like
need
I
a lot
knew-
more tape.
Like I knew one
Play
official
Chinese
move. That's it.
checkers.
yeah.
I
was
pulled
like-
everybody aside, like an hour or two after after we all showed up, and I was like, all right, for cosplay chess, right? We just need to play for content. We don't need to like win or
This is not a
anything.
group you would have to explain that to. There is no early victories here.
there's
Everyone
no
was like-
prizes.
And
Everyone
then
was
I
like,
think-
Sure. And I was like, oh no, how experienced or chess are you guys? And you were like,
I like the horsey one.
yeah,
I was
I think
like,
I
oh,
think
no.
I think that's what like Chandler said. He's like, "I know the horse moves in an L."
Oh god.
That's
Yeah,
like
like, oh,
one
God,
just
this is
make
everyone
it
knows.
sloppy. Make it
I was in
sloppy
chess
and
club. This was
bloody.
the first game of chess I've ever actually won,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
and it was because Alex was playing for me.
You had Ask Madden, to be fair.
Oh.
You did have Ask Madden.
Yeah.
Alex just kept whispering out of the side of his mouth, like, "Don't, no, stop, don't do that."
No, don't do it. Don't do
It would have been funnier if he hadn't helped.
Dude, at the end, you were fighting him, not me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely.
Alex
yeah.
is thinking about going to a for the bit of cosplay chess. He's thinking about going to get ranked so that he can be like, yeah.
Oh my god.
He's thinking about going to get ranked, and then he's thinking about cosplaying as Magnus, whatever that last guy's name is. And he's like,
Magnus Carlsen.
yeah, that's what he's thinking about doing. He's gonna be our Magnus Carlsen. And I was like, dude, do it. That'd be hilarious.
I'm just gonna
That would
pass
be.
you my husband and we'll see how not bloody an actual game of chess is. Everybody's gonna be bored off their asses and be like, yeah,
I
this
did
is...
tell them if they were going to run the specific panel that they were going to have to do like 30-second max moves.
Mhm.
Because otherwise I'll just be like, next.
30 seconds is still too long.
All I know
I
about
mean, it's
recent
enough
age
where you
chess
can
is
stall through
that
it.
Netflix
You have a
shit.
chatterbox like me, you know?
True that.
So we also brought in a new panel that we
God, I was
haven't
scared
ever
for
done before.
God, I
Whose
was
line
scared
is
for
it?
this one.
Anime, and
I have not
honestly,
been
I
nervous
think
for a
that
panel.
went
Ah.
really
So
well.
long.
It was
God.
so fun.
I think
Oh my god.
I have not been nervous for a panel in years.
Same, dude.
I
The
was,
Especially since it's
I was
Chandler's
fucking
baby.
shaking.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I
fact
remember-
Because I wrote all of those prompts myself,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't know if these are funny. I showed them to Rachel, and she kind of giggled at a few. I'm like, oh no.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding
And then-
me? That was hysterical.
Then we went over with Josh, and he got a couple nose blows and chuckles from him. I was like, all right, maybe a little bit. And at Al's place, we tweaked a little bit, and we ran through it. I was like, all right, each time I show this to someone, there's a bit more appreciation. And I was
And
like,
I
maybe I'm
remember-
not an idiot.
I remember I took Chandler aside because he was like doing the panic dance, which is an actual
That's
dance,
not
but you know
fair,
what I'm saying.
dude.
And I was like, hey, let's do a pep talk, bud. And I was like, listen, man, you know, if I can handle like a redonkulous big room, I think you can too. Deal or No Deal was my
Absolutely.
first like, hey Hunter, figure it out, kiddo. And I didn't even build the thing. And I was like, that was terrifying. And I was
Yep.
like, but I think you're gonna be fine. You know this inside and out. You
Well,
built it.
it's not that he was terrified of the panel not going well. He's terrified of me yelling at him after, like I did at Josh in 2018.
Yeah, Terry Allison.
And what's funny about that is Chandler was in the restroom when I yelled at Josh, and he comes out and he's like, "I don't like this. I'm scared."
And for
Why
what
did
Hearing
go
mom
on?
and dad fight from the living room.
Oh
For
my
what it's worth,
God.
Al, after I heard of the story, that's what I was more scared of than the crowd than anything. I was like, I really don't want. Al built this out and was like, "Here you go,
And here
kiddo."
it is right now,
good
honey.
luck." And I was like, "Ooh, if I
I
fuck
love you
this up,
so much. No, I
I'm
know.
not even scared about Al being mad at me. I'm scared about Al being disappointed in me because he probably won't even
No.
yell at me. He's just gonna look at me and go, "Are you fucking serious?" And that's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, fair.
Well, the biggest reason I was scared because originally it was planned to be heavily audience participation, and I understand why they kind of told us, "Hey, this is not 18 plus. You can't really do that."
Yeah.
So we had to scramble at the last second.
No,
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't have to scramble last second. We had about
Last-
you were
I
told a
did it
month
the last
before.
A week and a
You were
half,
told a month
maybe
before.
max.
That's
Oh,
the
month
last
before.
second.
A month, yeah.
We got
I knew about it a
halfway, and it was like, all right, well, a lot of these games can be played with just the four of us. We'll have some friends that'll up it to maybe 6 or 7. Shout out my buddy Bobby who came out and helped us out. Ramon, Jonathan, everybody. Not Ramon, Roman, Alex, everybody who helped us out and really filled that roster for us. I was like, oh shit, I built this around letting people come up and play, and now I'm told I can't really do that. All right, let's
I
figure
mean, I
something.
think it still worked out really well as
Oh,
a
dude,
number.
thank you. I've done nothing except watch Who's Line clips for like 2 weeks, just
my God.
looking for the fun games. to play.
God. I
Yeah.
was obsessed with that show when I was a kid. Oh my
Oh, I
god.
love that show.
Watching them make the old Englishman laugh was fantastic.
Because it's just a balance of we're not probably good enough to make this game work.
Yeah.
And
No, it was
yeah,
a-
a lot of
yeah,
fun.
we
We
went
can-
out.
We can absolutely do scenes from a hat for basically 2 hours. That's everybody
Yeah.
wants to.
It was a hit. People were freaking dying in the
Yeah.
in the seats. Like, hey, man.
I think one of the funniest
Everybody's
things,
recommendations on those index cards helped so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things during is whose line. It really isn't funny, right? Terra is con honey, right? So they would hop in and out of things. And then when we started doing "Oh Captain, I Compton," and Hunter just jumps onto the stage. He just ups and starts it because he's next to me, and then he jumps at least 4 feet to be on the stage.
Good God. It was like,
dude, it was amazing because he goes whoop, like a Mario jump, and then starts
my
doing it. And then all of us are around each other. And we're all looking up at him. We're doing like the "Oh Captain, I Captain," and I turn around and I see that Terra has come up, and there's just some other random. If you're listening to this, I'm so sorry, but you need to understand we had no idea who you were. There's just some other random like cosplayer like
He's a
standing
random
there.
NPC.
Yeah, standing there, and I go, "Hey, you can't be up here." And she goes, "Why?" And I go, "Well, it's not an audience participation thing." And then she like points to Terra.
oh,
And I go,
what?
"Yeah, Tara's our friend. Like, it's cool that she's up here. We know her." And she was like, "But I can't be up here." And I was like, "No, I don't know who you are. Please go sit down." Please go sit down.
I remember too, because it wasn't the first
Please.
time it happened either. And someone jumps up besides Terra, and Al goes, "I'll let that one go." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Because if you do, someone else is gonna jump in." It's like,
Yeah.
"No, it'll be fine." And like maybe as those words left his mouth, another person jumped in, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Y'all gotta sit the fuck down. Y'all gotta go sit back down."
Everybody wants to play.
Bad.
Yeah,
There
nip
was
that in the
no
bud real
way.
quick.
There was no way in hell I was not going to shit all over Rent. I'm sorry.
Rent is. I watched it recently. I get movie adaptations of musicals aren't always the best, but is it just me or is Rent a movie about awful, terrible, shitty people?
That is exactly
Yeah,
what
that's
it was.
exactly
What
what
it's about. It's what
It's
I was
just
going to
about
say.
smug shitheads.
It
And I
is.
never thought I
Oh,
would say this. That movie,
I mean,
half the cast.
not
okay,
how
it's
I
not
would have
spoilers,
worded it, but
That's not how I would have
Half the
said
cast
that
has
either.
Jesus, can I actually
You
keep
haven't
that
seen
in
it.
this?
Yeah, let's not have that in.
Let's bleep
But you
that.
can't say that,
Look,
bro.
my goal is
Yeah.
every now and then I have to give Josh's editing skills a test. That's why I'm.
Josh, there you go.
Why did
That's
he buy
your-
the expensive software if not to
Just
use
I'm
it?
just bleeping.
Shout out to Scythe Guy. Scythe Guy was the
Not
best.
type guy.
I remember Al goes over to me and he goes, "Dude, are you gonna call that guy by his name?" And I go, "I'm gonna be so for real with you, bro. I heard the first half of it and I was so confused that I just started calling him Scythe Guy." And he's like,
And
"That's
I think he showed up to all our panels.
I
he
think
did.
he was.
That's
Yeah,
why I
he
said
was.
shout out Scythe Guy. We love him.
Like
we love him.
And then that family, the mom and her 2 kids,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
they're also awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Little
Yes,
little
shout out
man,
Goggle.
yeah, Goggle,
Little Man
the
and
daughter,
Goggles.
and Little Man and Goggle, they're awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
they're all-
you, Terra, for coming back this year.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
you escaped
I-
my wrath this time.
I love that the second Terra walks into Hills, really
back.
all
We all go just like
all
oh,
of us. All of us go, hell yeah!
It's hard
I
to find
immediately went,
personalities
hold
that Hill that
on,
can ride the line.
pause. We have to all just absorb this moment for a second because everybody else is just, oh.
the chaos has come.
I didn't show up with the spicy tanks. Everybody was like confused how it worked, and I was the one who said, "Hey, don't be afraid." And they're all coming to me like a beacon. I mean, I'm wearing the halo at that point,
Yeah,
and Baylor sent me the footage that she did get of me asking who else Pokemon made into a monster fucker, and I'm going to cherish that forever. So I feel like maybe I thought I failed, but I didn't.
no, you.
So
I think you did a great job.
We have to host an all ages Hills tomorrow, which is gonna be fun.
I will give you
Oh.
a heads up right now.
Oh,
having done
no.
that before.
All ages. Oh my
you
god.
need to set those
Oh.
rules at the start.
Oh,
and
we will.
enforce
Don't
them
worry.
frequently.
and you need to repeat them like every 5
Taylor,
minutes.
All
you can
ages
start it.
Hills has a
Don't-
different vibe.
What I'm gonna do
I don't know
is
if-
I'm
I think
gonna go,
Luna
"Hey
might know.
kiddos, there's not gonna be 3 strikes. If I hear you say something dumb, I have this very, very large man named Al, and he will pick you up like a box of rocks and toss you out of the hallway. It'll be so cool."
Do you want to know what a chair feels like against your face? No. Okay, then stay quiet.
You're about to find out.
Ooh,
It's
I'm
good to know
excited.
that-
I think my favorite thing, and trying to pass up earlier when we were talking, is I have a
Right.
very good solid face where people can't tell if I'm like
Dude,
being
for the
serious.
first like 2 years, I didn't know if I liked you or if you liked me.
Oh,
It's so
I
fucking
still don't know if he likes me sometimes.
because
but that's the best
sometimes
part. I love Al.
you're just doing a bit and you don't really signal like the laugh after you're doing the straight face bit. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you don't. So that I just have
Yeah.
never. I
Sometimes
don't know
I'll do
how to
the.
figure- And
and
sometimes you just answer very bluntly to things, and I don't know if that's a bit.
Yeah.
And then when I try to like figure it out again, you're like, no. I said no. I'm like, okay, I guess it wasn't a bit. My bad. Like,
there
you
was-
remember anytime someone used to sneeze, I used to say, you get one more.
You still
You-
do that.
He still
I-
does. He doesn't
but
do
not
it on
as
me because
much,
I'm trying to
because
beat
you
his
fucking
ass.
terrified the shit
Yeah,
out of me
he
like
would
the
do it.
weekend
I
we
sneeze.
met.
I don't have the cartilage on the inside of my nose, so when I sneeze, I have to hold my nose, and it stifles a bunch of sneezes. So I sneeze like 3-4 times. So Chandler, when he first met me, he would do that bit, and I finally, after a month, I got tired of it, and I go, Chandler, you do this bit again, I'm gonna hit you. And he goes, ha 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 ha, and I go, no, I'm gonna hit you hard, and it's not gonna be funny for you. And he goes,
He's like, it'll be funny for me though. It'll be great.
he goes, I go, it's not gonna be funny for you. I go, because I will put you very hard, and you will need to catch your breath. And he goes, understood, no more bit. And then he does it like maybe like a next con, I sneeze, and he goes, you get, and I give him like the look, and he goes, I
I cut
remember.
it off.
Yeah, he cuts himself off so quickly. He was
Because
like,
it's
I
a
remember
joke I've been doing for years. That takes time to
It does.
unpavlov yourself.
It
Yes.
really does.
No,
It
it
does.
does.
I
And-
think
But
What-
you're
what
just a
you're trying
hard
to
to read
mention now-
motherfucker sometimes.
Al he doesn't show them off, but he has fucking cannons for arms. Like, I remember I saw this guy pick something up once, and I saw his arms through his t-shirt, and I went, oh no, dude, if you fucking hit me, I would literally just despawn. I would be funny guy one moment, and then just gone.
It might be a
Gone.
guy thing, because every guy's experienced this. At some point in life, as a guy, not to be sexist, you will be asked to help move chairs in a room. And you want to be the guy holding more
12
chairs than
chairs.
anybody else in case there's a girl in the room.
No,
Moving
I
things
was-
for cosplay chess, I had 3 in each arm.
I was on board with that. I've always been tall, and everybody's always like, "You've got to help because you're big." And I'm like, "Okay, well, now I'm the only girl
like-
moving furniture. I have to outdo all of you." Thanks,
Mhm.
guys.
I
First
know
of
that
all,
feeling
rude
completely.
to call me big.
Fair.
Also, it sounds like I need to have a flex off with Al. So
I don't have
Oh,
muscle
I'll
definition.
get my husband
No, the
in.
thing is, I don't have muscle definition. I just have the weight from working construction.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
gosh.
gotta say
My-
that's a workout in its own, bro.
Yeah, like I don't
Let
have the
me-
muscle definition. I'm also just a big dude, so it's just like
Yes, you
know,
are.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are. I'll bring my husband.
tiny.
He's only skinny until he takes his shirt off, and then that man is packing heat. Like
Sleeper
his
bill.
bench press
Go
has
on.
always
Sleepers are
been
always
more
scary.
than
Prove
Nick
it.
and I
Prove
weigh.
it. Prove it.
No,
Take your
Jared.
shirt off.
Prove
Oh
it.
god.
Tell me
Jeremy,
with the
let me
shirt
see
off.
your. I mean, let me see your guns.
I don't know if he'll come in here and do it.
Jeremy,
No,
please.
actually, there is
Tell
a
him,
joke.
tell him I'm asking.
And
very
now
nice.
on the bicep
Let me
portion of the
text
podcast.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Hey yo. Hey,
let
yo,
me
Kiss
get the let me see
Kisses,
if he'll
you
do
could
it.
probably, like fucking suplex me very easily.
Let me see.
I
if
mean,
he's
I'm
in,
just like
the
lying down on
camera.
my beanbag. Even I could like probably do a proper
shit.
one.
Hold on. She's hitting the poses. Hitting
She's
the poses.
posing.
Hey,
let's
yo!
go.
All right.
Long pose.
God, mother, you didn't have to do that to me. Oh
Oh.
shit.
Okay, all right, we're
Full
doing
screen.
a full one.
Full screen. Let's go. Oh.
Full screen.
Oh,
Oh,
the
back muscles too?
no,
Oh, let's
The
go.
lap spread is crazy.
You know who I would love to
You
see
Chad.
do a pose off? Her and Alex. I want to see her and
Oh,
Alex go for a pose
I'm gonna
off.
be so for real. Listen,
I know
listen,
Alex is gonna lose, but
Alex will win 100%. I've
Really?
And
seen
today
that.
was leg day, even, so this is like rested.
yeah.
Strong
Hey,
Hi,
lady.
I'm
Alex
Kisses.
is in
I'm
here.
a muscle
Strong
mommy
lady.
because I found out
Strong lady.
lifting up things makes me feel better.
Oh,
Strong
yeah.
lady.
Lift heavy
Strong
things,
lady.
the voices and
The
head
heavier I lift, the quieter the voices get.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
strong lady. Okay, I'm fine.
I do want to say
Did
one of
we
my
break you,
favorite
Terra?
moments with Al before we
Woo!
moved on was one of the first times I met Al. It was his birthday party, and I had just moved to Tejas. And he goes, "Hey man, come to my birthday party." And I'm like, "Oh, like I don't want to impose." And he's like, "No, I didn't ask. You're coming to my birthday party." And I
Yeah.
went, "Okay." And we've played video games like 4 or 5 times beforehand when I was in esports. I was like, "Cool." So I come over, and we all are drinking. We're having a good time. And for whatever reason, Al goes to like punch something. I think he was like proving a point maybe or something. And I heard the thud, and I was like, "Oh no, brother!
I think
If
what's even
someone
funnier,
actually had to get hit by Al, that'd be it."
the same party. Now, my grandfather, everyone, the boys know who.
Oh my! Wait, can I tell the story? Because it
Go
was
for
so
it.
amazing, bro. So
Off tangent, and then we'll get back on tangent. Last one.
I see Papa. I won't say your last name, but Papa Al. Right? He goes over and he's like, "Hey, I need to lift this really quick. And I'm like, oh, no, I'll help you. And he goes, no. And he just fucking one-arms the whole ass grid. One-arms it,
The man goes,
underneath it, and then plugs it in. And he gives me a pat on the shoulder and walks off. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude,
and Hunter comes over, he goes, your grandfather just lifted that fridge. And I go, okay, and he goes, your grandfather just lifted that fridge. And I go, like this? And he goes, what the fuck is your family built with?
dude, I thought I had lost, like, I thought I had been entirely disillusioned with my husband's strength, and then we blew a tire on the way to Iki, and we did not have the jack that could fit under the Honda Fit, and the U-Haul station that we stopped at, they only had a big normal size jack, and so we can't get that underneath the car. And I go, Jeremy, can you? He's coming to flex for the camera.
But
I'm like,
shit.
okay,
I want to see it.
can you lift the front of this just enough for me to get the jack under? And he goes, I don't know, maybe. And the front of the entire Honda Fit just lifts, and I'm like, snoot. And I'm like staring at him. You can wear a shirt.
No shirt.
No shirt. No shirt.
Come
I
on.
want to see him as he is.
Free of the nips.
No shirt.
Male
They're
nips
girl
are allowed,
pants,
so it's
too?
okay.
Pants?
No, there are
just no
certain
shirt.
things he
Okay.
can't do for his job.
Oh,
Trust
valid,
me.
valid.
Yeah.
All right, we'll allow it.
He's an aerospace engineer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got
Yes,
some
his job.
things attached to his name that he can't put at risk.
Oh,
So,
I guess he can keep his job.
yeah, I guess.
No, lose the job and the shirt.
No, please don't lose the job. I'm a disabled housewife. I can't work.
Yep, she needs insurance.
All right, we'll
It's
allow
okay.
you
I
to-
know a good insurance scam. It's fine.
It's called Have Hunter hit you with his car.
it's called Have Hunter. I was literally just about to say that. Damn it.
Okay, come here, honey. It's fine.
Let me see the arms. The arms.
The car lifting arms.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, you can hear me. I'm loud as fuck.
Look, we're not
Let me see
thirsty
the
to
arms,
be
Jer.
hydrated.
I want
Show
to see
us.
them.
Show us those cannons, dog. Show us those arm cannons, dog.
Wait, okay, everybody else, I want you to take your headphones off for a second because I'm about to
Okay,
be very loud.
Come here.
Here, wait. All right, you might want to
Hold
take your
on, hold
headphones
on.
off for this. I'm gonna convince him. Let me see the arms. Yeah.
Okay, Flex. Go ahead, honey.
Damn, what the? That's the meat. Damn.
Let's leave
He's thick.
a bicep.
Damn, boy. He
Schwarzenegger vein.
He's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Woo!
You're thicker than a pole.
Hey, is your husband single?
What if? How mad would you be
Is your
if you took
husband-
your husband on a date right now?
People have asked, other men have asked,
Like,
if my server wants to marry him. But yes, I had a friend.
Man, I might borrow him for an evening.
The character that he's kind of like known for cosplaying with my Terra has a whole line that is, call me a treasure hunter or I'll rip your lungs out. Don't call him a thief. A friend of ours, who is also very bi, saw a picture of him in just the denim vest that the sprite wears. So it's like a rolled up sleeves and a denim vest, and that's it. So
Go
Jare's
on.
arms were fully out. I have a photo I can show you guys later.
No,
But
I can
my
only get so
friend-
erect. We probably shouldn't do that.
Oh my god.
No, you need to see this photo. It's fantastic. But,
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to bleep that. I'm part of the problem. I'm so sorry.
You are the problem.
But like, I get this
Yay,
message
I wanted to have a
from my
message.
buddy in Canada who's just like, holy fuck, he absolutely will rip my lungs out. I'm like, yeah, probably.
Anyways, that
Son of
was
guns.
that was a perfect tangent of who we are as people.
the perfect tangent. And so closes the Muscle Mommy, Muscle Daddy portion of the podcast.
I think that's how we should start.
I
every
don't know
recording
how
from
he's
now on.
gonna handle being called a
I-
muscle daddy.
In the comments, in the comments below, or not, in the description below will be our Discord. Go ahead and send us your bicep photos there. I will be reviewing them each my own.
And also shoot puppy pictures because I like
Alright.
looking at dogs.
About to say bet. I'll be
something
posting some.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Anyways,
What
Hello,
else did we
Jillian.
do at Iki?
what was this podcast about again? Oh yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Ikkicon.
I've got an amazing way to get
I
us
mean,
some.
we haven't gone to titties yet, so we still have ground we haven't covered.
I say there was yokai night. Come on.
And
we
I'm
gotta talk
sitting
about that.
here like
Let's
I'm
actually-
not in the
let
I'm
us
not
talk
in the
about
little
Yokai Night.
dress.
Let us
Yeah,
talk
why don't
about
we-
let-
Yeah,
let's-
Yes.
let's talk
Oh
about
my
yokai.
god. Yes.
I'm gonna
What
start.
an
I was kind
interesting-
of disappointed with Yokai Night. The hall. I was
What?
kind of disappointed with the dealer's Yokai Night.
I agree. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm not
a
having a
little.
tremendous
Yeah, I
amount
can
of
agree
time
with
to
that.
pop in there, but I
This
it was
year.
all right.
I would say
There
last year
was-
variety.
Last year there was more variety. I will say I found a new artist. There are artists at Yokai Night who only go for that part of the night, for
Yeah.
only the not safe for work market, and they are always the ones
Yeah, should we
whose
explain what
booth
Yokai
I
Night
flock
is?
to. Yes,
Oh,
please.
let's also make sure that we're clear. Yokai Night Market, important
Yeah,
distinction.
Yokai Night Market.
The market.
Okay. I
Again,
was about
we
to
should
say, there's
explain
a
what that
distinction
is.
from yokai night in general, and then just the dealers. So
At Ikkicon Friday nights typically, it's not every year. It's more of a recent development. They
It's the
call
first-
it
it's the
Yokai
third
Night.
I feel like the last 3 years.
It's an
a
incredible
hint
event, and I
of
hope they never
programming
stop.
at the convention that is geared toward 18 plus content. You'll have the people in the hall doing the BDSM demonstrations with like how to tie a rope kind of thing. There's what they call the Yokai Market, which is a small, if you've been to an anime convention, the show floor, it's a small artist's alley dealership warehouse kind of thing where
It's
you
the
can go
art
buy
valley, and they
independent
have
art.
to have made it. Very important distinction. It also has to be 18 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's where you can go to buy hentai and the like.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I was sad with it.
It
I didn't have a great amount of time to walk around, but it seemed fine to me.
last year there was more like jewelry artists.
Yeah.
There were more because they had some beautiful collars last year that I almost bought a couple of them. They were that pretty. There were more independent artists that weren't a part of the rest of the convention. Now the ones that showed up this year, whoo, they hit right. Oh my god, I bought a piece that was debuted that evening. He had just picked up the prints that day, and I had to buy it because the tattoos down her back were my synesthesia was getting sound out of them, sound and motion, and the entire. Oh, it's perfect. It's just, yeah, it's great. But there's usually like more independent artists. This year it was just anime titties, and here's the hard part about being, pan and very, very attracted to women more so than men.
True, like cookware.
You shouldn't get it's the best cookware in the world. Get yourself a pan. I'm used to, more than just anime titties. And it's crazy being at a point in my life where I can go, anime titties aren't all that exciting anymore for anybody that I know. So I think that was a big part of the disappointment for me was it's the overly changed sizes to the point where it's grotesque on the butt and the boobs and the thighs. And we've gone so far into weird aesthetics that it's damn near inflation. You remember that part of the fandom from the 90s again, and it's not sexy. It's not sexy.
I think
this year's Yokai Night market felt very bland when compared to previous years and just previous years conventions just in general whenever they do an 18 plus night or just hentai markets.
There was also just some booths that didn't have any 18 plus stuff, which I was like, why?
Yeah, I did notice that, and I thought that was weird in the yokai market. Now, granted, we had some booths, like the Gamer Subs guys were in there, but of course they sell degenerate waifu cups, so it makes sense that they're in there.
I got one for free.
The
I'm
waifu
wearing their merch, so I can't really slam Gamer
Big
Subs. I'm just
fans, big
saying,
fans.
it's just like
I do wish they had the sample pictures like they did last year.
The waifu wear
Let me
guys.
try the flavor. If I try a
that
flavor
was a
and I like
Kalahari
it,
restriction. That's all I can say about that.
is it?
I got
Okay.
some free Gamer Stuff's caffeine free, which was very cool of them. I was like, yo, do you guys have caffeine free samples? And I've talked to a couple of the guys that worked at booth several times at San Japan and before then, and they're like, oh yeah, I know you. Here. And I was like, really? I'm like, yeah, man, it's all good. This night market's about to be over
They're
anyway.
really so nice, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that the same booth guys are like mostly the same.
Yeah.
Because like I've made friends with, I want to say Connor at this point. If you guys have seen him, he's the guy with no hair.
Yeah.
from
Is he
Japan.
the one who normally wears the maid outfit?
No, that's a different one, and I forgot that person's name. I'll be completely honest. I'm terrible with
At
names.
the Houston cons, he's the guy who always shows up.
Yeah, he's awesome though. Don't get me wrong. He was at San
Motherfucker
Japan just
will
making
talk me into
Ryan.
buying so much shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. I'm like,
I feel like that's a you problem too, though.
Probably.
I mean, those guys are great. We have a whole shelf in our walk-in pantry that's just G-subs.
Dude, your
man.
pantry. Oh my god, dude. You have an entire
God.
seasoning
No
shelf of gamer
kisses,
stuff.
else I'll be mad at you.
Yeah.
The waifu wear guys were in the Yokai Night market, and they're also like right inside the dealer's room. So they weren't exactly selling anything different except for some prints. The difference was they had dialed their personalities up to 11 and made them the 18 plus.
Yeah.
And when we first arrived, we spent like over an hour just hanging out in their booth in the dealer's room talking. My husband left with a free shirt. If you haven't touched waifu wear fabrics, they are incredible. Absolutely incredible.
They are.
And he bought me more of it. They gave him a free shirt for marrying me, apparently. If you need somebody to hype you, your husband, your marriage, go to the waifu wear people. But it was great to see them doing that off the, like, unhinged.
Their stuff also lasts forever. I have, like, lived out of one of their hoodies for, like, 4 years now at this point. And
I believe one of the waifu wear vendor guys also did the White Elephant quote unquote Christmas party panel where you can bring in like a mystery gift and you'll leave with a mystery gift. That was what Rachel was most excited for this weekend. She loved it. That panel went smoothly. He did it pretty well. Everyone left with something pretty cool. We brought home some like all Japanese Nintendo magazines from overseas.
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah, Rachel lost out on like a really nice makeup set, but I got those, so she was like, I'm a little sad. I'm like, I'm not. These are cool. I still read Game Informer. Give me magazines.
I will say, talking about the Yokai Night market, though, I am seeing a lot more diverse body types. Like you were saying, we have the inflation artists now, which is not my cup of tea, but you know what? It's a thing. That's why it sells. Valid.
I saw a lot of Chimera men penis.
Yes. I do want to give a mild shout out to the Muscle Mommy artist that I love seeing all the time. I'm going to butcher their username, but it's Aya FY on Twitter. They do like the Korra Sami Muscle Mommy stuff. They actually did art for gamer subs for the Sweet Six Pack. So I have several of their prints, and it is that godsend, like not super like, oh my god, they're on steroids like Muscle Mommy, but like that lovely Muscle Mommy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. She does it nice and subtle.
I do want to cut in here for a second. So I
no. Have you guys seen
I noticed that there were a couple booths I hadn't seen before, like in the back corners, that had some really cool fucking prints. Especially the quality of how thick the prints were. I was like, I don't feel like they're gonna fall apart on the card.
There was a Frieren tapestry.
I know.
That, we just watched that show. I'm like, I can't drop 300 right now, but if I could, I absolutely would have. Holy shit, that thing looked cool.
Yep. Acrylics are coming back too. Acrylics and oils.
Yes. And the other thing I say too was when you go in there, I bought a Yokai Night, which is like a Pornhub like t-shirt. So it's like Yokai is just like white text, and then Night is the
from the Ikkicon booth.
Yeah, dude. If you're there and you like Ikkicon and you want to support into that Yokai Night marketplace, get some Ikkicon merch too, because it instantly goes put into next year.
And they really upped their merch game, I noticed this year. I love the lot of stuff they brought.
Yeah. I can't leak, but because of the freeze, we didn't have everything that they made. And some of the stuff they made is really freaking cool. Look out for it next year. That's what I'll give you. That's all I can give you.
Yeah. Hunter, you got my text messages. NDA.
I can't leak.
He won't even leak to us.
Make me buy a con shirt.
I'm friends with Chris. Come on.
I know you're friends with Chris. It's a Chris question. I'm very good at keeping my NDAs respectful.
All right. Since we're running a little low on time, I want to ask Kisses and Terra this question, since I think our answers will be pretty much the same, guys. Kisses and Terra.
You don't speak for me.
Shut up. What? What do you think are some negatives from this year's Icky?
only thing I have to even complain about, and this is super minor, is when I was setting up my booth, I didn't know which table was mine just because my sticky note was different. It actually said pixelation where I was supposed to be, so I was
Yeah,
really
I was just about to bring that up. I was going to pull up your
Like,
thing.
Kick the boy out.
like that was literally the only problem I had compared to previous Ikkicons where they've had to make me move my booth mid-con from Friday to Saturday because there was an issue with the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
This was smooth. This was like the best Ikkicon from the staff side I've seen. As much as everyone's still running around with their heads cut off like chickens because that's just Ikkicon, but I was prepared with shows. We had plenty of time for setup. Equipment was working. I don't have negatives. The Wi-Fi didn't work. I couldn't run credit cards easily. Kalahari problem.
Yep. Yeah, we went to go drop off the monitor Thursday night, and we went to go look at our booth. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder who's next to us." And it showed your name, and I was like, "Why are we next to Kisses? Like cosplay next to us? I guess that makes somewhat sense."
I mean,
And
we can harass each other.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
that would have been
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
But I
Totally.
knew
And
all
then-
the cosplayers were supposed to be in one row, and then all the podcasters were in another row. Was at least what I
yeah.
was told.
And then like the
originally.
next day we're like setting up, and you were already set up. And, like or Thursday night you put up a photo of your booth, and I was like, "See, that makes more sense." I go because they're not next to us.
Yeah, I had to go find the staffer person who had the actual flow chart because I couldn't get a hold of Chris, and I was just like, "Where's my booth actually at?" Because I'm pretty sure this is not it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You could probably take over James's table though. Like just have
He
two.
wanted
Yeah.
to stop because I had an outlet behind mine, but I was like, "No, I need to be next to the burlesque group because I was next to Katie." So
Terra's still thinking.
It's really, really hard
You guys smell
to figure
smoke?
it out. Oh, no, that's the dead hamster. Sorry,
Well,
the
I
wheel
have
has
one
stopped.
personal
That's
complaint actually.
Go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go
I
for
was so busy I couldn't go to the pool.
Same. Like all
There was too much
weekend,
to
Rachel's
do.
like, "Let's go to
It
the
really
pool.
was,
We're
and that's a
gonna
great
go
thing to
before we
have.
leave."
It is. It's.
'Cause
I haven't
the
seen a
Kalahari is
schedule.
kick-ass indoor pool.
It
They
yeah,
really
that's
do.
what we
They
did
have one of those
Sunday
like
night.
boogie board surf wall things.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Mm.
love that
We
thing.
had the time of our lives. I will say the same thing I say about every con. Deodorant needs to be a requirement to attend. It does. As
Mhm.
someone who is made viscerally sick by the smell of body odor and has known one too many people who run past the Yu-Gi-Oh room to the trash can as rapidly as they can, lest they throw up on somebody's cosplay. That should always be a requirement. The other thing nobody ever talks about at conventions is directions you're supposed to walk on the floor. Lay down tape arrows or something that you can pull up really fast.
I will
That kind of
say,
thing.
I do know that next year we're putting tape arrows down in the
Nice.
in the hall.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Little
Um,
flow chart would be
At
good
the
for
same
everybody.
time, don't tell me where I can and cannot spend my money.
I will absolutely do that
Like
because
that option's
I
gonna
worry.
come up,
What
and
is
when
it?
I see
Probably-
tape on
there's
the
probably
floor,
also-
Oh, the
something-
swap meet thing?
I like the swap.
What's the
meet.
whole
I
point
really
of the
like
swap meet? You're not supposed to be giving people money for things. You're supposed to
Listen,
bring
I
people-
totally gave a guy like money for the DVDs that he had because there is no way in hell anybody was going to buy that problematic shit, but I did. So he took my
technically
money.
you are swapping something, money
You're
for
not
goods.
supposed to do it, and there's a reason for it or something. Because money exchange is like tax or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know how
pay
Colossal
tax
Con
on the
gets away
room.
with it, but Iki doesn't. So
Yeah, I
You
understand.
know what I will
that.
say, and this is probably something we all agree on. The exit. Why was the exit in the back
Yeah.
corner? What the
Yeah.
hell is
In
that?
the back corner.
Stop! Don't do that again. That was such a safety issue. We couldn't figure out how to get out.
Yeah,
It
and
was-
we'd be like,
oh.
we'd be at our booth because our like thing was like, hey, if you guys want to come talk to us and ask us questions, we'll be at our booth after this. And we
Mhm.
try to stay as long as we could. We'd be like, all right, we have 5 minutes, and then we'd be like, we don't have time to go through this long ass exit. We're just going through these regular doors.
I got separated from y'all because I
Mhm.
thought to say hi to a buddy. They wouldn't let me leave through the not an exit we were always using with Hunter in the front of the line because he worked for them, so we kind of got away with it. I was late for a panel because I couldn't find the fucking exit to the show floor.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Actually,
Yeah,
it's fine.
and there-
I don't care.
I walked all
I
the way to the front thinking it was a single door, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is an entrance only. Shit! So we had to walk all the way back
Yeah.
basically to where our
Mhm.
booths were.
yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I also sprinted to every panel, like because I just had to. It was
Mhm.
so
Some
bad.
of you running around, man.
Well, you
Yeah.
were doing dual duty, man. You work for the
I was-
convention and also doing, our shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something that I personally view as a negative, but I know a lot of people won't agree with. If I were to raise this backdrop right now, you'd see our board game collection.
Mhm.
Have people doing scheduled board game sessions that people can get in on, not just I'm gonna
There
run this TTRPG right
Are
now.
there were.
but
It was like TTRPG, but yeah.
no, I mean there were like also like some.
I popped in on a Munchkin game.
I think it's called
That's
Knights
Munchkin.
of Honor. Shout
Munchkin's
out Blue Gear Studios. They're really great guys.
Mhm.
They're an indie tabletop game studio,
Mhm.
and they were playing Knights of Honor, which is not like TTRPG. It's just tabletop game. Pretty cool,
Mhm.
as well as a couple other stuff. It was nice.
Oh,
As much as I would love to sink 3 to 9 hours into an impromptu D&D session
Con
at a
game.
convention, we just don't have the time.
Oh,
That's
that's
true.
okay. I'll run Arkham Horror, so you're only spending 6 hours.
Let's go. I'm down to play D&D anytime. I skipped D&D to be here today, and I'm still a little sad about it. But you guys made up for it because I love D&D
Which
anyway.
weren't we talking about doing like some kind of D&D thing? Since
Yeah,
I
we
don't
were.
have
I'll host it. I have books I've never used. They're limited
You're
edition.
too
They've
far
barely
out,
been
brother.
opened.
But I say, Hunter, you got to see the extent of my D&D knowledge on Sunday, so
Mhm, yeah, I know
Oh.
that's something Josh.
Don't make me
Kisses and I
summon the
talked
husband
about
again.
today. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Wait, real quick, just because I'm forgetting something. A couple drinks in at this point, to be completely honest. Like Hunter with his little wine glass there. What all panel? I don't think we ever said it. What was all our panels that we did? We did Hills, You're Willing to Die On, 18 plus, the shit talking, smack talking, throwdown.
We
The
did
reason
So You
I
Wanna Be a
came
Deal or
Panelist.
No Deal.
Yep.
So you want to be a
Uh,
panelist?
So you want to be a panelist? That one's always really fun.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
go
Just
day by
because we
day.
get
So
to reminisce
Friday,
and shit talk ourselves.
yeah. So Friday we had So You Want to Be a Panelist, and then we had Nothing, and then we had Hills. Saturday we had Cosplay Chess, Deal or No Deal, and then Whose Line Is It Anime.
Mm-hmm.
My
And then
gosh.
Sunday we had Anime Family Feud.
Anime Family, that's the one I was forgetting.
Mhm.
That ran really well. I was just, while you guys were on stage, I was just
Throwing stickers. at people.
goblining around the
That was
audience.
so
different
funny.
groups
Oh
of
my
people,
Mhm.
and I would just be like, "All right, gang, we're friends now. We're a team. What do we think
I
is
thought it
number
was
one?"
great.
I would just
Yeah.
sneak up to people, give them stickers, and be like, "All right, guys,
So,
what do we think number 5 is?"
for a
That's
behind
gotta
the
be
scenes
Naruto,
look,
right?
Before the panel, I grabbed Chandler and I was basically like, "Go do crime in the audience, please. Thank you."
Go do crime. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's all we hosted, and hopefully they bring us back, because we would love to keep hosting those, especially.
Ikkicon is a very, very special place in my heart.
Please do. After
Yes.
how
Any convention-
successful.
We even went the year they did like 2.
Oh yeah, that was that.
Remember when they did that
one
downtown
weird.
hotel thing?
Yeah, that was the weird.
I almost.
Okay.
Oh,
not-
when they were
Let's
at
not
the
talk
Marriott?
about that.
Let's not talk
That's
about it. Let's not.
right.
Let's not.
Hey, that was a
All
really
right.
cool bleep you put in, Josh. That was awesome.
Josh, what you got
I
for us?
didn't do anything.
So we actually do have 2 comments on our posts that from people who attended Ikkicon that I'm going to
Mhm.
read out really quick, and no interruptions because I know how you guys are.
Sure.
I'm not talking about the ladies.
The app
Aw.
works brilliantly, Hunter. By the way.
Time for you to find out.
I know. Oh, I have a thing about that. Okay, so this one here is on Facebook by Lizzie, and they
Shout out
say,
Lizzie on Facebook.
if bags aren't allowed at the Saturday dance, then there needs to be a place for people to store their stuff. Most people attending take a lift or a car, and it's 35 degrees outside. San Japan doesn't allow bags, but rents lockers for attendees to store baggage, so everyone can party for free, or party worry free. What made the baggage stuff even worse was that not only was an employee literally holding up a clutch purse next to each other's bags, but the night before there were 0 restrictions, so people assumed that next night was going to be similar. I'm not sure what the immediate solution is, but I know a lot of us were really upset for not being allowed in the rave this year due to bags.
I
Well,
fully
Lizzie on
understand
Facebook
that.
website.
I think I understand the reasoning. If we're cool with me jumping in,
Yeah, go on.
the reason it's allowed at that 18 plus night is probably because they're expecting people to. I don't think it's necessarily encouraged, but drink, right? Because you're dancing at an 18 plus night.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it's not allowed at the other dance, which is not 18 plus, is so that way people aren't drinking at a non 18 plus event.
Or
Right. I think it's a
Or
safe
yeah.
thing.
Having gone to H or No H, shout out our buddies Zane and Coach Roderick McDaniels. I don't actually know Zane's last name as I'm speaking this. Anyway, their hentai guessing game panel. There was a gentleman in the front row who was so violently inebriated. He was waving around in one hand a bottle of tequila, and in the other a complete glass handle of vodka. And
Jesus.
while people were guessing, I think it's H, I think it's not H, he would jump up, yay! And just everyone in the crowd, because he was in the front row, everyone behind him in that room saw the ticking time bomb this was. Every time he would jump up, it's like, oh, he sat back down, until he eventually dropped the full handle of bottle, slashed it on the ground. Someone cut their foot.
Oh,
I've never
Ooh.
seen Coach
think-
angry. Coach yelled at this kid like 8 times to go sit down. He left his backpack. He left his ID. He left his wallet. We were in cosplay chest in there the next morning. There was still glass in the carpet.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So in the conjunction of the bag things, I didn't know there were lockers or bag checks. To be completely honest, I didn't do any of that nonsense. But like,
I think
if there's a
too-
reason you shouldn't be carrying around something.
Yeah.
So
I think-
there.
There's also, let's not forget what rave culture was like when they started having raves at anime cons in the 90s, just to go back to the 90s, because of course, where you could just get candy for free out of your buddy's handbag. Not to mention the fact that at cons all over the country now, it is now a fad to say, oh, they drugged the water, which,
Mhm.
The fuck?
yes, a couple of people get drugged at a con if you're unlucky, but they're not going around throwing expensive drugs into the water.
It's
But
the
they
new,
don't want them going around.
it's the new wolf cry, basically. Like the moment someone
Yeah.
doesn't feel right, oh, they spiked the water, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you
without
totally
any
you
proof or
totally
not-
didn't drink too heavily before you got in here.
right, or you're not
Yeah.
dehydrated or whatever.
There's also with Yokai Night, there is a posting on the Kalahari side of things that you have to be decent when you go back to your hotel room.
Yep.
And depending on what you buy in there, that handbag may be concealing a 3D printed, I'm just going to say it, dildo. You may be leaving there with a dick in your hand. And the Kalahari will not be okay with that.
No.
So that's why there's handbags.
There was a convention, I forget where it was. One of the Etchies, I think it was one of the San Marcos conventions. A lot of conventions, mid-sized ones, have like conventions in hotels with adjoining.
Here, wait, Chandler.
Convention
I know that Josh still has another comment to get through. And we're
Oh,
running
shit, I'm
short.
so sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
This is kind of
Um,
relevant.
Yeah,
I'll finish it up super quick.
Yeah.
At that convention, the convention center is attached to the hotel lobby. They had like a curtain you had to walk through to get to one from the other, and they're like, "Hey, you got to be appropriately dressed." It was an 18+ convention, not just night. Nobody was appropriately dressed for when the wedding party showed up
Oh, it sounds like it was
in the
Studio?
lobby.
Was it in
yeah,
Houston?
that's right. There
And
was.
Yep.
Just the people walk around with 2 band-aids and like a post-it note.
Oh,
When in
Yeah,
comes the
I
bride.
You don't
remember
have to
that.
call me out, all right? I know that I've been wearing the band-aids and post-it notes, but I just feel
Lucky
like
pull it off is all I'm
maybe-
saying.
I'm just
So
saying
yeah. In conclusion, if you are bringing your bag to a Saturday night convention or Saturday night rave, expect to be turned away because that is an all ages dance, and it says it directly on the schedule. Yokai night, rave,
and on the website.
18 plus.
Correct me
Saturday
if
night
I'm-
dance, all ages.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is there any verbiage in the scheduling of like bags are not allowed where it's clear? Because I know I fell into this myself. 2020 Ikkicon, it was before the pandemic. We
Mhm.
tried getting into the rave where the Pokemon theme song guy was singing with Christina V that one year, and we got turned away because I had a bag. And I was like, well, I drove. I'm just going to go home then. So I have literally been at the extent of that because I didn't know. So
It's it's usually in their like policies, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It's like the
As-
it's like in the bore English before you should know rules. It's there. It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
what bags these
if
are
it's
not
like
allowed.
actually within the panel description for the rave, like reminder no bags or some shit
I don't
to help that.
think so, but that's why when people say this type of stuff, I'm like, I know at least personally, before I go to any con, I look at their policies to see if there's something
Yeah.
that might fuck me. Because not all of us like have like if I'm going to a San Antonio con, I'm not gonna get a hotel room. I live within driving
Right.
distance,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and I also because it's a San Antonio con, I'm not gonna be putting things in my car for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying
That's
about
just
San
my
Antonio?
thought to make it easier for folks to differentiate, because like
Yeah.
2 different nights at a different raves, it makes sense why you might get confused.
I actually didn't know
Yeah, and I
he gave
agree.
out
I
lockers
think
at
that's
all.
fair.
They don't.
That's good to know.
They don't.
The Kalahari rents lockers technically if you
that's
want to
what
go
happened?
into the pool area, but they
Yeah,
close
no,
tonight.
yeah,
They,
that's that
see,
part.
they were saying that San Japan does that.
Yes.
Hmm.
They have like an
I misheard. I
independent company. Fan Expo does the same thing that brings in said company that does lockers. So that could be something that would be of interest.
The
So
hard part about the lockers is the way that the Kalahari is set up. There's no good place to put
Yeah, there's
them.
not a great.
Yeah.
Like,
And
maybe
if they did bring them in, it'd be
if
pretty
there
tight.
wasn't that section where those food vendors were up on like the mezzanine right in front of the elevators of the Kalahari, right on the hotel
on-
hallway that leads to convention center. If those food vendors weren't there, that would be a good place.
But
But
even
those
then, it'd
food
be
vendors.
very packed.
The food
It'd be-
vendors
Yeah.
are by the
Oh yeah, no,
Kalahari.
actually,
though,
yeah. You know
so-
what? No,
Yeah.
that would pack
They're,
right.
Yeah,
they're
that would
part
make
of
sense.
the,
Terrible
that's the
idea.
Kalahari's thing, so they're not gonna let them move that. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Dude, they
that'd
were
be
selling
pretty-
hot dogs. Buy one, get 3 free. For like
What? That's
30.
terrible
I was
for
walking
hotel.
by the food vendors and I just heard like
That's
a
what
dude in
they-
the
But,
street.
hey,
They don't
Josh,
know.
Bad, must be really bad hot dogs.
No,
Josh,
oh,
really
Really
Josh, for this thing?
overpriced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really overpriced. All right, so ending on a lighter note, this
So thank
next
you,
one-
Lizzie, on Facebook for your comment.
Yeah, ending on a lighter note, this next one is by Sip Chunks on Instagram, and
Hey,
Sorry, but from who?
Oh boy.
Let's
Horrifying.
backtrack
Okay.
here.
Hate it.
Okay.
Sip Chunks, CIP Chunks.
Yep.
Oh, okay, not
Yeah.
SIP. I was about to be like gross, disgusting.
Yeah.
I heard
Me too.
snip.
Horrible.
I heard
I
something
heard
completely
sip.
different. Go on.
So
Go, Josh.
We all heard
Anyways,
something different.
they-
I know this one, so I'm
Yes,
I wanted to say it.
yes, I was seeing this one. Anyways, they'd say, I really love what you guys. I really love how you guys had so much audience participation. It was super fun to watch all my friends come up and participate in the game and debates y'all did. I was too shy to volunteer for a lot of stuff. LOL. Ikkicon was fun. I'm glad I attended so many of y'all's panels and very excited for next year.
I'm sorry. Is this a comment about Iki in general
Thanks,
or us
Mom.
specifically?
I appreciate
Uh,
it.
A comment a
Both.
bit about both. In a way, it's a comment about what we did, and then also
Yeah, because we have a tremendous amount of. audience
it's
participation.
like a kudos, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
I,
basically
Memes-
commending us and Ikkicon as well.
thanks,
I mean,
Moms.
I understand again why we had to pivot, but the entire reason I created a Who's Line improv panel was to let people just on stage say something goofy and screw around.
And which is why we'll be doing that 18 plus.
Yeah, I feel like 18 plus that could be a really really fun time.
But
I
I
love
do wanna
audience. There's a
say-
reason we do game shows. We love participating with y'all. We love giving you shit. There's a reason we swing by half price books and buy the dumbest VHS tapes that we can to give away.
such as
The original
Summer
Shack.
2.
yeah,
Or this year, my favorite Ghetto Dog on
Ghetto
VHS.
Dogs.
Oh.
I do want to say, thanks, Moms aside and memes aside. I am glad that I saw so many returning faces. I personally was able to immediately go, oh, I remember you from last year. Oh, I remember, like,
Mhm.
after closing ceremonies, I talked to a few of them. And shout out the guy who dressed up as Roxas and then Team Skull this year, because I remembered what you dressed up as. That's
Mhm.
right. I remember.
Yes.
Yep.
He said that he ran panels this year, and he was really glad that he had went to ours. And I told him, I will try to make it to yours, and I promise I will
Yeah,
try.
that definitely
Not
would have
gonna
made it to
work
his
out.
if I know.
But I would love
Luna, my friend Luna, who I actually met at last year's Hills I'll Die on, she wasn't gonna take part until I showed up and started shit with her, and I was like, if you don't go up there, you're
We
gonna hate
always-
yourself.
At Hills specifically, we always need someone to kick it off from the audience side because I normally start the first one, which is my audience bait about how Death Note, the Netflix movie, is better than the shit ass show.
It is! Okay, wait, this isn't about that, though. Go
No,
ahead.
yeah, no.
That
Let's not
movie's
go
great
on
and
a
that show
rant,
sucked ass.
please.
But that's just bait. That's what it's
Yeah.
for. It's meant
Yeah.
to
get
give
people
you
to
a
slowly come
terrible
back in,
take.
yeah.
It's meant to
Yeah.
kind of piss some people off.
That's fair. I've always wanted to come into that panel and be like, all right, what's the Fate Order watch series? Let's go.
Oh,
All right, I figured it out. I
Listen.
figured it out.
I would love
actually.
to hear. I would love to hear debates
It's
on
Fate
that.
Stay Night, and then don't watch the rest because none of the shows are actually worth your time. Watch Clannad again for the 400th time, and then Gurren Lagann.
I didn't even get through Fate Stay Night. I didn't like it.
I've never sat for a single Fate. I'm just messing
TLDR,
with her
Fate
because I know
Stay
she loves
Night,
it.
2006 anime is garbage because they combined 3 storylines into one because they didn't think
Yep.
it would be adapted. It was terrible. So I tell everyone to watch the 2014 Unlimited Blade Works because you don't start with the prequel. That's my
No,
argument.
I bailed out of Unlimited Blade
Are you
Works,
telling
too.
me
I
I shouldn't
hated that
start with
character.
Phantom Menace?
Okay, if you
Oh
don't
my
like Shiro,
God.
I can't help you. So
No, I'm not asking you to. Listen, I was the one that was sitting there going, okay, but do I actually want to bring the hate from the Gundam crowd today? Do I want to die?
Gundam
That
fans
would've been-
are
that would've been
strangely brutal.
That
I
would've
Oh,
think,
yeah.
I think we get ready for wrap up. I just want to say maybe we go down the line and say like the thing we like our favorite memory about Icky, and then we wrap up. Is that something we're all cool with?
I had a absolutely tremendous amount of fun for you guys on stage with me hosting Whose Line Is It Anime and our buddies who all came to help and jump on stage when we couldn't think of anything stupid.
I'm gonna give
or
it. I'm gonna.
say.
I'm gonna go away from this. I'm gonna say thank you to everyone that did help us this weekend, such as Roman, Alex, Jonathan, Bobby.
Oh yeah.
Rachel, Baylor were always around. Shout out
Yeah.
to our
Everyone that was
heroes
there,
to hero fiancés.
we had a team of 10, give or take, at
It was crazy.
helping us out. So I want to say
Thank
you to
God
everyone
we
there.
had enough. Like just them having more people on stage for Whose Line Is It Anime.
I mean,
really helped calm me
even-
down about it because if it was just the 5 of us, like holy shit.
Even
Shout
past
out
that,
to-
I
shout
don't
out
think
to-
we would have been able to start on time if we didn't
Oh,
have them.
absolutely not. Rearranging chairs, setting up a chessboard, taking the chessboard down.
You're saying, Tara?
Shout out to Chandler for full on body tackling Rachel off of the stage. I was like, oh,
God.
Oh, for Cosplay Jess? Yeah.
there we
That's
go.
my wife.
Oh, I bet he did kill his wife. Sorry.
And speaking
John
of
Mulaney.
I bet he did kill his wife.
Thank you.
Lika's the true MVP. She's great.
Mhm.
Loved her. She would hop into our panels 30 minutes in each time and go, do y'all need anything? Y'all good? And every time I'd be like, yeah, we're fine. We're Gucci. And then she would come back in another like 45 minutes later, like right before we ended. I would be like, still good? And we're like, yeah.
Extraordinary.
And then literally at any point, if I had any questions for her, I would go, Lika? And she'd go, yes. I go, question. And she goes, here's your answer. And I go, awesome. Thanks.
It's like this. I was just walking down the hallway Thursday night before the convention had even started, and I saw Chris doing some stuff. I was like, "Hey, Chris, didn't want to interrupt, just saying hi." Like the head nod kind of thing. She comes up to me, "Hey, you guys are checking in, all right?" And I was like, "I haven't met you yet, but this is extraordinary service. How are you? Thank you. Hi, I'm Chandler."
I'd say she's an MVP. She had to help me figure out my badge situation because I got the runaround from registration. That's my only other thing was figuring out who got my badge, and I ended up getting them from Chris directly because no one told me. So,
Chris.
but yeah, Lika was really great with the burlesque running and all that stuff too on Friday. So she was fabulous.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of Ikkicon 2025 was probably watching you idiots do Whose Line.
I like you as our shit Sam Reich, the man of the computer. I feel like I could have involved you a little more. I don't know if you.
No, I think that role is perfect for Josh. To
Oh,
just
yeah.
be up there and play the toy
And
maker.
judge us
Because-
from on high.
Because me and you would be doing change, and you go change, and we're just like, let us breathe for half a second first.
No.
He's like, dance.
I
Bobby.
think mine's gonna be Deal or No Deal, and it's Granny's game because she was down to the last 2 biggest prizes, and the hype in that room. I was so hoping she would hit the $50.
The air was electric.
Yeah,
That whole
That's it.
panel was like.
Have we
rock
explained that we gave away real money for Deal or No
Yeah,
Deal?
we already said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so hoping that she would hit the $50, and because I just knew that if she did, the whole room would just explode. and man, when she I was still like when Roman opened his and it showed the 50, I was so sad. But she still won a good prize. But I was like, man, that would have been so good.
That would have been epic.
That
yeah.
and then my rejected Harry Potter spell was pretty good too. Green
That
card.
was
Green
Shout out
card.
to my own in February.
I think my favorite moment was a Josh moment.
Ooh.
So
What did I do?
That's a good one.
I have two different moments.
Remember when we threw you down the stairs?
No.
What? I
What?
missed that.
So-
What?
I'm sitting there at Deal or No Deal, and I'm flirting with Al, and Josh
We've been
has
there.
Go on.
Josh has his hoodie up, and he gives me this devious look because I can tell that he's like trying to maintain serious face, but he looks over at me and he like points to the phone, and then he looks over at Al, and he sees that we're both just like doing goofy shit before he can even get the phone out. It was just so peak, like our friendship is like Josh trying to keep us on track, Al and I doing dumb shit in the background. Josh had this like smirk, and it warmed my heart. It really did. It made me feel very, very lucky to be there.
All right. I don't remember that at all, but
I
okay.
do. I remember.
Yeah, for you, it's an impactful moment. For Josh, he looked up.
It was a Tuesday.
I was like,
Josh is like, I don't know, dog. I just work here.
it's so great because
I
Josh
turned my brain off.
Yeah.
he was like, bro, I was just trying to keep the show going. Meanwhile, for me, I'm like, I love these guys. They're so much fun to hang out with.
There's a music
Little
clip
fan
video.
boy.
I'll
playing
send you
in the
20
background.
bucks
around.
later. Kisses, what you got?
The burlesque show. I'm sad none of you said that was your favorite part. It was my
We
favorite.
didn't go.
I'm
We had a
sorry.
panel.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
For what it's worth,
cry.
My
We had a
wife
panel.
listened, and she thought it was very cool.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we were
That's why I
next
said I
door.
broke my Excalibur. I literally did on stage. So.
Yeah.
Please tell me you were using it as a poll, please.
Cane dance actually.
Oh my god! Tell me
Ooh.
there's footage, honey.
I just posted a safe for work clip on my Instagram, so
Gimme.
accent kisses for anybody. I don't, Josh, if you want to pull it up, you're welcome to.
I
Yeah,
might.
try to plug your friend. Eat it, Arby.
But I posted that and some screen caps. I have the whole thing on the you do not name sites basically, but
On the spicy sites.
yes,
That's
because it got real spicy. But yeah, I danced as Saber with a variant of her cosplay. From if anyone plays Freight Garand Order, it was her royal icing outfit, so it was very sexy, like lingerie thing I made a long time ago. It did not work. I ended up ripping it because it would not come off, which, muscle mommy this, why not? But you know what? Everyone all weekend kept going, that was like the best show I had ever seen. I'm like, that was my first time dancing. I feel really nice about this. Thank you guys. Because I was so nervous.
Congratulations on your
That's
first
awesome.
dance. That's
Thank
that's
you.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. No, it was. And so big shout out to Katie LeGray for putting together her new burlesque troupe, LeGray Cabaret. We kicked off Yokai Night. So that had to be the most memorable thing, honestly, for my weekend, just because it was a new experience and a new thing. And honestly, now I'm in that sector of things, which is great. So, hey.
Moving
Oh,
up
yeah.
in the world.
Oh, yeah, great.
Terra?
Tara, what you got?
This is hard for me. Because like I said, Ikkicon is our favorite con, and we can't get through that con without getting stopped several times if we're wearing Locke and Terra. And you saw that cape. That thing is
Oh,
a
yeah.
showstopper. And I was getting tied up in conversations for like an hour at a time, and that is for us, that is Ikkicon. Getting stopped. Colossal was the same way. Being a retro gaming cosplayer specifically, everybody stops you to talk to you. And it just the conversations this time around were the best. I mean, sitting on the stage next to Josh was amazing. Hanging out with Al while y'all were being bananas in the audience. I'm just chilling there like this is it. This is why I'm here. I'm having fun. I will say the part that's sticking with me is at Whose Line Is It Anime. I walk up there when we're doing the what is it, your friend's hobby that you have to give the intervention for. I dropped the cape and immediately like 5 people, you did not let me down. I was so hoping you would come to my aid, and you did, and I got to be the butt of a joke, and that was that I made myself. So that was probably one of my favorite moments. The way you guys were just like, boom, right there, instantly the moment I put the cape down.
That panel went, for how much anxiety I had for the 2 weeks leading up to that panel, it went so well. And I cannot, from the bottom of my heart, thank every single one of us up on that stage and who came to that room. I was fucking terrified.
It helps if the cast is having fun. If you
Yeah.
guys are having fun,
definitely does,
they're
yeah.
gonna have fun in the audience.
Yeah.
And
Most stuff.
for what it's worth, too, I can confirm Chandler's not hamming it up. He came up to me afterwards and he gives me this big hug and he's like, I am so glad you gave me a pep talk right before this.
It did not help that I had a water bottle about an hour beforehand, and that I put 3 of those Gamer Sup sample packets into.
Oh
at
my
once.
god, bro,
And
you
just-
did not.
Yeah.
You know
Their
that's
flavor-
600 milligrams, right?
Yeah. I mean, I
I
do now.
like heart attacks.
It tasted like candy, and then I could
It
see
does.
noises.
It does.
Yeah, as someone who can see noises on a regular basis, don't do that again. We
Mhm.
might not get you back this time.
Yeah, I learned that
Sometimes the trip doesn't end.
I learned that lesson.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, that was definitely fun. All right, well, that is going to be it for this podcast episode.
If you were to rate this year's out of 10, let's just go line by line. Don't grumble at me. I'd go 9 out of 10. Every year goes up for me. I don't think I've had a bad Iki.
Perfect. There
Any
we go.
year-
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
That's what
there
we're
you
doing.
go. Yeah.
Boom,
I'm gonna
perfect.
say
Any
9
year
out of
with you
10.
guys
It
is
wasn't
9 out of 10.
perfect,
9 out of
but
10.
you know what? It was great.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I'm cheesy. Mine's 10 out of 10 because any year with you guys is 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna hit you
gross.
with my car.
Ew, feelings.
Loser.
Disgusting.
All right, that's gonna be it for this podcast episode. Kisses, Terra. Thank you for coming on tonight. It was amazing, and guys, thanks for coming on. I know it's hectic. I know you guys are probably gonna go to bed right after this. Hunter goes straight to bed.
Oh, hell no.
I
It's raid
get to
night in
fix
Guild
my
Wars,
PC.
too.
I
I
have
got
to-
places
I have
to
to
be.
They've got to get up early in the morning.
I have to finish
Oh.
Guild
Cowboy
Wars
prep.
2. We'll get
Oh yeah,
there.
because they're at a con. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
Yeah,
gotta do
oh,
Cowboy
shit.
prep, and
Can
then
you
I'm going to bed.
believe
Listen,
that we're
I
going
am
2 weekends
15
in a
minutes.
row is insane.
I am 15 minutes from that convention center.
Let's
Hold
get
up.
dinner. Let's get dinner.
Hold up.
There's
Let's
a
get
reason
dinner.
I'm not at Kawa, because that would be my 6th con in a row.
Yeah, I would
Good
have.
God.
Bro, I
Oh,
would
dream.
Listen,
No,
all right,
it's
so
not
I,
the dream. I
That's
still
the
work my day job.
dream.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that.
I got
All right,
pulled
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I'll let you wrap up, and then I'll say something before we all.
please
No.
and thank you. Okay, so that is going to be it for us this week. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Again, zero zeros. These are Absolute Zeros podcasts. These are bi-weekly, starting now. So hopefully, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Talk about some other dumb shit. So that being said, thank you for coming. Hopefully, we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.